Hi friends, welcome to the Unit R Day 5 notes. We just have one example problem left to go over, that's example 10. A lot of this looks rather intimidating because it looks like the fraction within a fraction, but it looks like that it's missing fraction in the denominator. We're going to remind you that we can divide anything by 1, and now this problem becomes much more manageable with what we know. One of the things to notice is in the numerator of this top part here, which again, talking about the top and the bottom, this numerator is actually going to take some work because of how it's set up. With that x plus h in the numerator, even though there is an x on the on the right hand side, we still are going to need to multiply it by x because x is different than x plus h. So going through and working through this, I have 1 over x plus h, and that's going to be times the x over x from the right hand side, and then plus negative 1 over x, and that's going to be multiplied. I forgot to change to a different colored pin here to denote that we're multiplying it by something. So x over x. There we go. And then multiply it by x plus h over x plus h. Okay. Now that we simplify this, I'm going to end up with 1 times x, which is x, and then minus x minus h over here on the right-hand side, all over x times x plus h. And I'm going to keep the denominator like this factored out. I'm not going to multiply through by x, just because it might cancel with something later on. I do see that this cancels x minus x, so I'm just left with a negative h, and that is okay. So for the top portion of my complex fraction, I have a negative h, and then the bottom portion, and then a negative h, opposite h, over x times x plus h. A lot of students will want to cancel the h's. Remember, you can't because it needs to be everything within the multiplication part. And then the denominator is h over 1. We don't need to do anything with that. It's already a fraction, a singular fraction. So when I rewrite this out, the entirety of it, this is going to be, now this is my new numerator. So I have opposite h over x times x plus h. And then all over h divided by 1. Just going to kind of sequence this. So now I have negative h over x times x times x plus h. And then I'm going to go ahead and just multiply through by 1 over h. So I've gone through and done the reciprocal. I've done that part. So now I can simplify. Looks like these h's cancel. And we're left with negative 1 over x times x plus h. So this case, this is actually derived from a different formula. I'm not going to focus on what x cannot be in this situation. You can solve it. So for those of you that are advanced and were like, yeah, what is it? You can't have x equaling 0 or whatever the opposite of h is. So there's that as well. Thank you for joining me for these videos. If you have any questions, reach out to your instructor. Have a wonderful day.